Welcome back to Killarney International Raceway. We're going two-wheelers now, and the Thunderbikes are back in the house. Big crowds coming to be entertained, and they're certainly going to be entertained, particularly when you've got Nicholas Grobler, Lance Isaacs, and the local champion at the front end of this field. A big mix of different machinery at the front end as well. The Superbets BMW is going to be pushed hard here today. And local man Lance Isaacs, although he's not really local, he's kind of back and forth from Gauteng all the time. He's going to fight with Grobler. At the front end, Grobler is going incredibly well here. Rob Portman, I think we're in for a big one.
I can't believe the lap times that these guys are getting out of those Bridgestone VO2 slick tyres. 1 minute 11, low 1 minute 11s around the Killarney circuit is not hanging about. Lance Isaac looking to wrap up the title, gives his man there, Dean, just the final little bit of instructions before he hits out. Brilliant qualifying from Hendrik Verbrain. Great to see him there. Damien Purificardi also on the grid there as we head off for race number 1.
5-second board goes up, lights about to go on. Watch for the good start. Is it going to be the BM or the Yamaha? The BM off the line. Lance Isaacs, wow, what a start. Driving down towards KFM turn. Looks like he's going to get the whole shot. Coming down into turn 1. Looks like Bernard Haupt has moved up into second place. Not such a good one coming out of Grobler. As they go through there, you can see Nicholas Grobler with a bit of work to do. A couple of guys running wide. I think it was Pierre Grobler who ran a little bit wide coming out of KFM.
I love that from the start. You just saw front wheels ahoy in the air, just standing up with all the horsepower that's available down here at the coastal track. As they come now through into turn 2. A terrible start there for Jade Goodsight on his Kawasaki machine, getting some good extra practice time for the Red Square Masters Cup. But out front, Lance Isaacs, the local man, just doing what he needs to do on that BMW for now. But Nicholas Grobler on his return on the R1 is just looking simply sublime and unbeatable this weekend.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, but look at Grobler all over the vacuum already, applying the pressure, looking for a way through. Lance Isaacs could be under attack here with the slipstream effect. This is Jade Goodsight's point of view as we go through Jag sweep onto that back straightaway. Doesn't run as wide as the two top boys, but you can see Jade is just loving life. I had me chat to him in the pit lane. He was saying how much respect he has for these guys at the front end and how fast they go around these tracks that he's been racing on.
Sideways stuff as they go into the final turn there. Lance Isaacs doing everything he can to get that BMW stopped. Back wheel came up there, lost a little bit of traction. That's allowed Grobler to come beautiful slow-mo, flat out, 5th gear, 270 k's an hour through there with the bumps thrown in. I could tell you, it's not an easy thing to hold on to these bikes through there.
Now see Mark van den Berg on the Suzuki as well, starting to make his way up, possibly for a top 5 finish if he keeps going the way he is. The way things are going at the front end, though, I think Isaacs is just controlling right now, and maybe Grobler waiting to pounce. It's a bit too early for Grobler. Oh, as I say that, he lights it up and gets sideways and gets up the inside of Lancelot. Thanks for coming. The Joker's through. Lancelot down a second.
Lance Isaacs, a slightly elder statesman in this battle, just saw that Yamaha shadow and thought, my buddy, if you wanted, you can take it. Sideways stuff there. The R1 badge was literally plastered to the side of that Superbets BMW. But Isaacs, I think he'll do well just to sit there, try and suss out the pace of Grobler out front. Remember, Isaacs, to pick up the championship, just really needs to finish, and he will be crowned the 2018 Thunderbike champion on those Bridgestone tyres.
Further back, nice little fights as well, as you can see coming through there. Nick Van Zyl, Pierre Grobler as well involved in that one. At the back end, you got Reggie Seal, Dirk Stoltz, and Stratianicus having some fun and games. But I tell you, it's all about the front end right now, as Isaacs has not let Grobler get away. I thought he might let him go, but right now he's more concerned about the pace of the other local man coming through there, Bernard Haupt.
Yeah, great to see Bernard Haupt just throwing a mix there. Had to ride on the Bridgestones for the first time this weekend, getting accustomed to them and loving them. Amazed by the amount of grip that he's getting here at the Killarney circuit. On board here with Jade Goodsight, he's got Purificardi just ahead of him. You can see the two different lines there coming out of that final turn. The Kawasaki rider riding up high, while the BMW rider doing everything he can to hold onto that bike and just get the power down onto the floor. That is what it's all about here at Killarney. But this is a good little battle in the mid-pack between these 5 riders.
Yeah, Munton thrown into the mix there as well. As you can see the red and black bike as it comes up under braking for KFM. Grobler getting away, checking out Lance Isaacs. He is now thinking championship. Second place is more than enough. So the Superbets man is probably going to just push it to his limit. Not going to go over it. He doesn't need to worry because he's lost the toe there for Bernard Haupt. Bernard Haupt there on the 27 bike. Good number, by the way. Coming through there for 3rd place. And then a massive battle behind as Hendrik Verbrain is slowly but surely being closed in by Jade Goodsight. And Goodsight just ahead of Munton.
Good ride also from Hendrik Verbrain, holding down that 4th place at the moment. Mark van den Berg not too far behind him, and then there's that battle. But Nicholas Grobler, look at that, another big black darkie from those Bridgestone tyres as he heads into the final turn. Look at the lean angle that he's getting out of those Bridgestone tyres. I think it's fair to say that the Nick Grobler from the days gone by, the top national rider, is very much back in this championship.
Now, great to see him at the top end, taking the win ahead of Lance Isaacs. Bernard Haupt comes through for third place. He'll also win the X2 category. Hendrik de Bruin doing a great job for fourth, ahead of Mark van den Berg. Then it's Jade Goodsight, Clint Munton, and Damien Purificardi. The top 8 in this class are going to be pushed hard again, I think, for race number 2. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Time for race 2 action now. They line up on the grid. Does Lance Isaacs have any kind of answer for Nicholas Krobler? Judging from the pace in race number 1, I don't think so. On board here with Jade Goodsight on that second row of the grid. Look for a better ride from that man. Getting to a custom at the Killarney circuit here on that Kawasaki. Look at those front wheels. Once again, the riders just fighting to get the power down on the floor, but it does look like it's going to be Isaacs. So local flavour, Isaacs and Haupt out front.
And right on their tail, Krobler. Didn't quite get the start he wanted. He really applying the pressure there onto Haupt as they come out of turn 1. Oh, and he's out of shape. Oh, that's huge. A big high into a low slide. It looked like it was going to flick him out, and then it just kept him low, and he's sliding down there from KFM corner. Nicholas Krobler's going to be out of this one. Possible red flag, because it's in a very dangerous position. He's up, fortunately, but yeah, red flag would have to come out because the rider and the bike are in a dangerous position. Lance Isaacs thinking to himself, what's gone down? Maybe further back in the field. I don't think he realizes it's Nicholas Krobler because they're nowhere near him. Let's have a look at this from Jade Goodsight's point of view. As he comes out, there's the bike. It's high, and then it just keeps low. It looks like it was going to flip him out, and he just managed to, unfortunately, he's out of this one. So we'll restart down towards turn 1. Is it Isaacs again who gets the drop? Looks like it is. That BMW off the line is incredible. Haupt is on his outside. On his inside is Hendrik de Bruin. Better start from de Bruin, just ahead of Goodsight.
Yeah, Van den Berg also right in the mix. It looks like one of the, I think that's Krobler trying to go around the outside there. Brilliant ride from him. But just looking at Krobler's bike, handlebar broke off. That's why he couldn't get it up and running again here in race 2, part number 2. So it is a local flavour out front. Hendrik de Bruin, if he can get back onto the podium, that'll be a brilliant ride from him. Just behind him, Mark van den Berg, Pierre Krobler, Goodsight, not with the start that he would have wanted. Manus van der Merwe, Purificardi, and Clint Munton. Old school riding style there from Clint Munton. I love that kind of riding style.
Yeah, let's just clarify. That's Pierre Krobler who's up and riding, and Nicholas Krobler who had the broken handlebar. So the Kroblers are one up, one down, unfortunately. And the downed rider is not in this one for race number 2. Good start here from Jade Goodsight. Much better start from him. Having chatting with him, and I know that Dave caught up with him in the pit lane as well, saying he's so much more comfortable on this bumpier track, incredibly. Not getting as much arm pump as he does at all the other circuits.
Oh, that's crazy to me, because I get arm pump just watching these guys ride around here with all the bumps. And here we go, Krobler trying to go around the outside there of Goodsight. He can make it stick with the off camber of that turn. It is possible to go the long way around and get the traction onto the front straight. Like I said, 4th, 5th gear flat out on the straight. You try everything you can to miss that wall. Your handlebar scrapes against the wall, especially with the wind. Look at those Bridgestone flags just starting to wave a bit. Mark van den Berg on the only Suzuki in the field now, starting to make his way ahead of those Kawasaki's.
Diving through and putting the meat in the sandwich between the two Kawasaki boys. Jade Goodsight's the man he's trying to close down, and we're back on board with him as they head up the short straight, the WRX straight, of course, into turn number 2. And Goodsight, much better run from here in race number 2. That is for sure.
Yeah, also another good ride here from Bernard Haupt. Getting used to those Bridgestone tyres now, loving them out on track, holding down that second place. The battle for third, Hendrik de Bruin just extending that lead now over Goodsight. Van den Berg, the meat in the sandwich there of the Kawasaki boys, as you said. But he's got a lot of work to do to try and hold off Krobler, who's trying to go around the outside. Pierre Krobler, how did he hold on to that bike? It just chucked him out of the seat. Isaacs now cruising to another comfortable victory here, only been bettered by Nicholas Krobler, I think twice or 3 times this year. So the Superbets BMW man, nice, beautiful wheelie out of the final turn, just to show off here in front of his local fans.
And taking the Thunderbike Championship as well, as he crosses the line for another time to take a victory in Bridgestone Thunderbikes. Lance Isaacs, a brilliant ride there, beating out local man Bernard Haupt. Hendrik de Bruin coming through for a third place, beating out Mark van den Berg on the Autowatch Suzuki. Let's catch up with Lance Isaacs after wrapping up the title here in Killarney.
Very, very good second heat for me. We made a few changes after the first heat, and I think they kind of paid off. Managed to put a little bit of pressure on the situation. Even though Nicholas went down in the first heat, I was pretty comfortable, and all I did was put my head down, and my Superbets S1000RR BMW just brought it home. And the guys in the team, Dean and his dad, James, done an excellent job once again. Thanks to Ingy and Liesel and everybody for doing an excellent job. And it's such a relaxed weekend. It's great to be back racing in Cape Town. It's been a while since I've been back here. The crowd definitely didn't come to disappoint, and I think we put on a decent show.
Wow, Rob, have a look at this. Hendrik de Bruin coming across the line, and as he crosses the line, his chain snapped. Let's find out what went wrong.
I must be the luckiest MF in the world, because my chain snapped as I finished the race, last lap, and I got a third overall, so I'm happy.
All this Extreme Festival motoring action from Cape Town is proudly brought to you by Investchem Chemical Logistics and Bridgestone Tyres.